Hello and good morning to all. Today I am going to elaborate the mental approach in different aspects. The body learns to perform better than the conscious mind. Let's break this down. Each time you repeat a thought, an action, or a feeling, your brain creates connections, neural pathways that make it easier for you to repeat those experiences. Think of it like carving a groove in your mind. Eventually, it becomes second nature. When people say, that's just who I am, they're defending these grooves, these hardwired responses. But the truth is, you are not your habits. Your habits are programs running in your subconscious mind, built through repetition. If you wake up in the morning and immediately start thinking about your problems, those problems aren't just thoughts in your head, they're memories. And memories are emotions stored in your body. When you feel the same way every day, your body starts becoming your mind. You go on autopilot. So how do we break the cycle? The first step is awareness. Pause and observe yourself. When you wake up, ask yourself, who am I going to be today? Do I want to repeat yesterday's habits, or do I want to create something new? This is the essence of creating a new reality, becoming conscious of the unconscious. Let me share an example. Imagine you always grab your phone first thing in the morning. You scroll through emails, social media, and maybe even news that stresses you out. Without realizing it, you're priming yourself to feel the same as yesterday. To break this loop, you have to make a conscious choice to do something different. Leave the phone alone. Take a moment to breathe, to meditate, to set an intention for the day. This simple act disrupts the program. Breaking habitual loops also means facing discomfort. When you try something new, your body resists. It wants the familiar because the familiar feels safe. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. I always tell people your future self requires you to step into the unknown. You can't predict it, you can't control it, but you can choose to trust it. That trust, that leap, is where transformation begins. Let's talk about emotions for a moment. Emotions like guilt, fear, anger, or sadness are familiar for many of us. We carry these emotions like baggage, often for years, because we're addicted to them. Yes, addicted. These feelings release chemicals in the brain that our bodies get used to. Breaking the addiction to negative emotions requires replacing them with elevated emotions, gratitude, joy, love. Think of it this way: every time you feel gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals not only make you feel good, but also help you focus, learn, and grow. The more you practice gratitude, the more your brain rewires itself to seek out positive experiences. Now, here's the practice. Close your eyes and visualize the version of yourself you want to become. See it clearly: how you walk, how you talk, how you feel. Then embody that version of you. Feel it in your heart, your gut, your cells. When you combine a clear intention with an elevated emotion, you're signaling your body that the future you imagine is already happening. This is how you change your energy. And when you change your energy, you change your life. But remember, consistency is key. You're not going to break years of habits overnight. It takes daily effort, reflection, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Keep asking yourself, what thoughts, behaviors, and feelings do I want to leave behind? What new ones am I ready to embrace? This journey is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Each time you catch yourself slipping into an old habit, celebrate it. Awareness is a win. It means you're no longer living on autopilot, you're in control. And when you're in control, you have the power to create the life you desire. Let me ask you something. How often do you stop to think about your thoughts? How often do you observe the emotions you carry with you daily? You see, most of us live the majority of our lives in a state of unconscious autopilot. Research shows that by the age of 35, nearly 95% of who we are, our thoughts, habits, behaviors, and emotions, is controlled by the subconscious mind. It's like a set of programs running in the background of your life. The question is, are these programs serving you, or are they limiting you? The subconscious mind is immensely powerful. It governs your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, all without conscious effort. But more importantly, it stores your beliefs, experiences, and deeply ingrained habits. These are the filters through which you perceive the world. If you don't take conscious control of these programs, your life will continue to repeat itself in predictable patterns. Let's talk about how this works. Every thought you think creates a chemical reaction in your brain. This triggers emotions, and these emotions feed back into your thoughts. Over time, this creates a loop, a cycle of thoughts and feelings that becomes your state of being. For example, if you wake up and immediately think about a problem, your brain fires the same neural circuits associated with that issue. This activates the same chemicals, making you feel the same emotion, stress, worry, or anxiety. And guess what? That familiar emotional state influences your behaviors and decisions for the rest of the day. You're living in the past. But here's the good news: you can change this. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil, and your thoughts are the seeds. By choosing new thoughts and consistently planting them, you can reprogram your subconscious mind. This is how you create a new reality. It all begins with awareness. One of the most effective ways to tap into the subconscious mind is through meditation. Why? Because meditation allows you to slow down your brain waves. In our waking state, we operate mostly in beta brain waves, which are associated with alertness and focus. But when you meditate, your brain slows down to alpha and theta waves. These are the states where the subconscious mind is most accessible. In theta, you're in the realm of imagination, creativity, and deep learning. It's the perfect state to rewire your brain. Let me guide you through what this looks like. Imagine sitting quietly and closing your eyes. Your job is to detach from the outer world, your environment, the people around you, even the sensation of your body. This is important because as long as you're focused on the external, you're reinforcing the same neural pathways tied to your current reality. To create a new future, you need to move beyond the analytical mind and enter the subconscious. Now, here's where it gets exciting. The subconscious doesn't speak in words or logic, it speaks in emotions and imagery. This is why visualization is so powerful. When you vividly imagine a desired outcome and feel the emotions of that experience, your brain and body don't know the difference between the real event and the imagined one. They respond as if it's already happening. This is the secret to creating a new future. You're conditioning your brain and body to a new state of being before the experience actually occurs. And science backs this up. Studies show that mental rehearsal alone can change the brain. In one experiment, participants who mentally practiced playing the piano showed the same neural changes as those who physically played it. The takeaway? Your thoughts and intentions shape your biology. But let's go deeper. Why is it so hard to change? Because the body becomes addicted to familiar emotions. If you've lived in stress or fear for years, your body gets used to those chemicals. When you try to break free, it feels uncomfortable, even wrong. But this is the process of transformation. To change, you must teach your body what it feels like to live in a new emotional state, joy, gratitude, or love, before the evidence shows up in your life. This is where daily practice comes in. Every morning before you start your day, take time to meditate and consciously choose your thoughts and emotions. Don't wait for something external to change how you feel. Instead, generate those feelings within yourself. This shifts you from living as a victim of your environment to being the creator of your reality. And here's the most beautiful part: as you reprogram your subconscious mind, your external world begins to align with your new inner state. Opportunities show up, relationships improve, your health changes. This isn't magic, it's neuroscience. You're rewiring your brain and body to match your intentions. I'll leave you with this: your subconscious mind is the bridge between your past and your future. Take responsibility for what you plant in its fertile soil. Be deliberate. Be consistent. And watch how your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the life you desire. Picture it vividly. What do you see? Who are you in this reality? How do you feel? Now, let me ask you, what if I told you that this vision is not only possible but entirely within your reach? Creating new realities begins with understanding a fundamental truth. Your mind is a tool capable of reshaping your entire life. The challenge is that most of us are unaware of how to wield that tool effectively. You see, we're creatures of habit. By the time we reach adulthood, most of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are automatic, running on a subconscious loop. These patterns, while efficient for routine tasks, often keep us anchored in the past. Think about it. If you wake up every morning and think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and make the same choices, how can you expect a different outcome? To create a new reality, you must break the habit of being yourself. Let's dive deeper. At the core of your being is a magnificent system, your brain and nervous system. They are designed to adapt, learn, and grow. This is known as neuroplasticity. Every thought you think fires neural connections in your brain. With repetition, these connections strengthen, forming pathways that dictate your perceptions and behaviors. But here's the exciting part: if you can create a pattern, you can uncreate it. You can rewire your brain to think, feel, and act in alignment with a new reality. To do this, you must first become conscious of your unconscious self. Start observing the thoughts you think on a daily basis. Are they empowering or limiting? Pay attention to your emotional states. Are they rooted in stress, fear, or resentment? These habitual patterns are like anchors that tie you to the past. To break free, you need to step into the unknown. Stepping into the unknown is where the magic happens. Think of the unknown as a blank canvas. It's where all possibilities exist. But here's the catch: your brain craves the familiar. It's biologically wired to seek predictability because it equates the unknown with danger. So when you try to change, your body might resist. You might feel uncomfortable, anxious, or even fearful. This is normal. It's your body trying to keep you safe. But to create something new, you must teach your body to trust the unknown. How do we do this? Through intentional focus and elevated emotions. Let me explain. Your thoughts are the language of the mind, and your emotions are the language of the body. When you combine a clear intention with an elevated emotion such as gratitude, joy, or love, you create a powerful signal. This signal is like a magnet that draws your desired reality closer to you. The key is to sustain this state even when external circumstances don't yet reflect your vision. Let's talk about emotions for a moment. Emotions are energy in motion. They're biochemical feedback loops that your body uses to communicate with your mind. When you feel gratitude, for example, your body releases chemicals that enhance your immune system, lower stress, and increase your overall sense of well-being. But gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion, it's a powerful tool for creation. When you feel gratitude as if your desired outcome has already happened, you're conditioning your body to a new future. And here's the science behind it. Studies show that the brain doesn't distinguish between an imagined experience and a real one. When you vividly imagine a future event and attach an elevated emotion to it, your brain and body begin to respond as if that event is already happening. You're literally training yourself to live in alignment with your desired reality. This process requires practice. You won't master it overnight. But with consistency, you'll start to notice changes. You'll find yourself feeling more empowered, more inspired, and more aligned with your purpose. And then something remarkable happens. Your external reality begins to shift. Opportunities appear. Synchronicities occur. It feels as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. But the truth is, you're the one creating these shifts. By changing your internal state, you've altered the electromagnetic field you project into the world, attracting experiences that match your new vibration. Now let's address a common question: what if doubt or fear creeps in? This is natural. The key is not to resist these feelings, but to observe them without judgment. Doubt and fear are signals from your old self trying to pull you back into the familiar. Acknowledge them, but don't give them power. Instead, refocus on your vision and the emotions that support it. One of the most effective tools for staying aligned is meditation. Meditation allows you to step outside the noise of your daily life and connect with your inner self. It's a space where you can rehearse your desired reality, imprinting it into your subconscious mind. During meditation, your brain enters a state of coherence, where different regions of the brain synchronize. This state enhances creativity, clarity, and intuition, making it easier to manifest your intentions. But meditation isn't just about visualization. It's about embodying the feelings associated with your desired reality. When you meditate, don't just see your future, feel it. Feel the joy, the freedom, the excitement. Let those emotions flood your body. This is how you teach your body what it feels like to live in your new reality. Now, I want to share a story that illustrates the power of this process. I once met a woman who had been diagnosed with a serious illness. She was told her chances of recovery were slim. But instead of accepting this prognosis, she decided to create a new reality. Every day she meditated and visualized herself as healthy, vibrant, and full of life. She didn't just think about being healthy, she felt it. She felt gratitude for her body, even though it was still healing. Over time, her condition improved, and eventually she made a full recovery. Her doctors were astonished, but she wasn't. She knew she had tapped into the power of her mind to heal her body. This is the potential we all have. Whether you're seeking better health, deeper relationships, or greater success, the process is the same. It begins with a clear intention and a commitment to changing from the inside out. Remember, you're not a victim of your circumstances. You're the creator of your reality. And the only limits are the ones you place on yourself. So I'll leave you with this thought. Who do you want to be? What reality do you want to create? The choice is yours. The tools are within you. And the time to start is now. Step into the unknown. Trust the process. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Let me begin by asking you to think about your life right now at this moment. What do you see? Do you feel that you are in control of your circumstances, or do you feel like life is happening to you? Most of us throughout our lives are unconsciously reacting to the external world. Living in a state of constant response to what happens around us. We react to events, people, situations, and circumstances, believing that these things define who we are and how we experience life. But here's the truth. True empowerment begins when you take full responsibility for your life. Responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for every bad thing that's ever happened. It doesn't mean holding yourself to impossible standards of perfection. What responsibility means is recognizing that you have the ability, the power to choose how you respond to everything in your life. Every moment you have the opportunity to create a new experience, a new reality, and a new version of yourself. You see, the power lies within you, but to unlock that power, you must first realize that it is not external circumstances or events that define your experience of life. It is the way you choose to think, feel, and act in response to those events. The moment you take full responsibility for your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you step into your power. Now, let's talk about the science of this process. We all know that our thoughts create our reality. But the deeper truth is that our thoughts shape the brain, and the brain in turn shapes our reality. Every thought we think creates a neural circuit in the brain. Those thoughts, when repeated over time, create patterns, and those patterns form habits. Habits in turn become behaviors, and behaviors create your life. But here's the key. If you want to change your life, you have to change your thoughts. And not just any thoughts, empowered thoughts. Thoughts that reflect the version of you that you want to become, not the version of you that has been shaped by past experiences and limitations. This is where responsibility comes in. We are often the product of our past experiences, and those experiences create filters through which we see the world. These filters, our beliefs, our biases, our emotional patterns, determine how we interpret everything that happens to us. If you were conditioned to believe that the world is a dangerous place, you will unconsciously look for danger. If you were taught that you are not enough, you will unconsciously seek validation from others to prove that you are. But responsibility means taking ownership of those filters. It means recognizing that you have the power to change them. When you take responsibility for the beliefs you hold and the emotions you feel, you begin to see that your reality is not fixed, it is malleable. Your past no longer defines your future. You are not at the mercy of your old habits, your old patterns, or your old beliefs. So how do you begin to change? It starts with the decision to take responsibility for your thoughts and emotions in every moment. This may sound simple, but it is one of the most powerful acts you can take. By becoming aware of the thoughts that arise in your mind, you begin to shift your attention away from the automatic unconscious patterns that once controlled you. Instead, you begin to consciously choose thoughts that align with the future you want to create. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I am not good enough," that thought will create a corresponding emotional state of inadequacy. But the moment you become aware of that thought and choose to replace it with a thought like, "I am worthy and capable," you begin to rewire your brain. This is not just positive thinking. This is neuroscience in action. You are literally creating new neural pathways that support a new reality. The power of this practice lies in consistency. The more you consistently choose thoughts that align with your empowered self, the more those thoughts will become your new reality. This is how you break free from the limitations of your past and step into your power. But it's not just about thoughts. Your emotions are just as important. Thoughts create emotions, and emotions create thoughts, creating a feedback loop that shapes your reality. So if you want to change your life, you must change how you feel. If you feel fear, doubt, or anxiety, your body releases chemicals that support those emotions. But if you feel joy, gratitude, and love, your body releases chemicals that support those emotions. The body becomes addicted to these chemicals, and it creates a state of being that you become accustomed to. To break free from these emotional patterns, you must teach your body what it feels like to live in a new emotional state. This is where meditation comes in. Meditation is a tool that allows you to break free from the habitual emotional state that keeps you trapped in the past. By meditating, you can access the subconscious mind, which is where your habitual emotional patterns are stored. When you go into a meditative state, you can begin to reprogram the body to feel emotions that align with the future you want to create. Now, I know that this is not easy. The body is powerful and it resists change, but I want you to understand this change is uncomfortable. Transformation is uncomfortable. It's in the discomfort that growth occurs. When you step outside of your comfort zone, when you challenge your old beliefs and emotional patterns, you are doing the most powerful thing you can do. You are taking responsibility for your life. Empowerment comes when you realize that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. You have the ability to choose how you think, feel, and act in any situation. When you take full responsibility for your thoughts and emotions, you step into the role of creator. And when you step into that role, you begin to create a reality that reflects your highest potential. So I want to encourage you today to take responsibility for your life. Don't wait for things to change outside of you. Change within and watch how your external world begins to change. The moment you take responsibility, you step into your power, and from that place of power, you can create the life you've always dreamed of. And I promise you, it's worth the effort. This is the power of responsibility. This is the power of choice. This is the power of the mind. And this is the power of you.